Travel yourself.
So welcome to the Connoisseur bar at the Guinness Storehouse. Mark McGovern is my name, and I'm going to show you how to pour the perfect pint of Guinness. And what better time than St. Patrick's weekend in Dublin. First of all, the 6 steps, the first being your Guinness branded glass. So we always make sure it's a dry Guinness branded glass and clean. The second thing we do is we hold the glass at about a 45-degree angle. So what I usually use is the Harp here at the front of the glass as the guide. Okay, so I'm going to point the nozzle at the Harp and slowly pull the handle down. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep the beer flowing until the beer gets to the bottom of the Harp. And then I'm going to straighten the glass up. And at the moment you can hear the lovely hissing sound. And that hissing sound is what gives Guinness its lovely surge. So what we do is we've had step 1 of the glass, 2 the angle, 3 the pour. And now step 4 is we leave it on the bar. And if you come a little bit closer you can see the actual colour of the pint coming through there. So this is what we call the surge. And this is basically because Guinness is a nitrogenated beer. So about 80% of the gas is nitrogen, 20% of the gas is CO2. So while most beers like lagers and ales are generally carbonated drinks, the nitrogen actually gives the Guinness a very creamy texture, very smooth taste. And what's happening here is there's millions of nitrogen bubbles coming out of solution, and this is the beer coming to life. So as we can see the layers coming down, and what's happening here is the bubbles are trying to escape but they can't through the head, and the creamy head is developing all the time. So what we want to do is allow sufficient time, just under 2 minutes, we say 119.5 seconds to be very precise, on the perfect pint of Guinness. But what it does is it gives it ample time for the head to develop, because if we were to pour it all in one go, right up to the very, very top, it would get to the top and it would actually spill over the top. So it's very important that the presentation is beautiful, because we drink Guinness with our eyes first. It's all about the physical beauty of the glass, okay? So we can see now at this stage that the head is nicely formed. So we're nearly there. So what we must always do now is we always push the handle back in step 5, okay? And the reason why we do this is there's actually a restrictor plate inside the tap, which gives a slower, smoother pour and less gas actually going into the drink, okay? So when I top this off, we don't put the nozzle into the drink for hygiene reasons. It's important to keep the nozzle out. So I'm going to push that back, and you can hear now, even when I'm pouring that, you're not hearing the hiss of the gas as much. Alright, I'm going to fill it what we call just proud of the rim. So what happens here is when you pour the drink, you can see that the head is going slightly over the top of the glass, no overspill. So it's very important when you present it to the customer, like so, that there's no overspill, and you get that beautiful contrast of the dark colour down the bottom, the ruby red colour with the creamy head at the top. And that's the perfect pint of Guinness. Also look at the journey, the serving rituals of these beers.
Travel yourself. To see more from Travel Yourself, watch one of these videos. Please don't forget to subscribe.